very sorry about looking like a Lord of the Rings character today. Like, I don't know why I thought this like elven outfit would be great, but yeah, there you have it. It's too late to change it now. Hello, hello, and welcome back. I am Inessa, and I publish under the pen name of A.N. Sage, and I write fantasy, sci-fi, all things paranormal. And in this channel, I share my tips and tricks, my writing journey, and kind of things that I've picked up along the way of being an indie author and having published 12 plus books at this point. So if that's something that you enjoy and want to stick around for, then make sure to subscribe and keep watching the videos. In today's video, I'm talking about something that I think is really exciting, at least for me, and that's how to market your indie published book in this upcoming year. There are so many different ways to market your book, and I think that it's important to note that some ways might not work as well as the others. And I kind of wanted to discuss the things that worked for me in the past and the things that I'm bringing into this year that I think will work even more and be stronger because of this new way of life, this digital way of life that we're currently in, and I think will be probably for a long time. Just to start, I am very sorry about looking like a Lord of the Rings character today. Like, I don't know why I thought this like elven outfit would be great, but yeah, there you have it. It's too late to change it now. And so, with that said, we can just dive right in and talk about some of the stuff. It'll just be a quick little chat, no note cards, nothing. We'll just talk about marketing and have some fun with it. So, my first advice and tip really is before you start thinking or marketing your book in any way at all, is to really figure out everything about it and make sure everything is perfect before you start marketing. You want to make sure that your blurb is on point, that it's definitely what the genre needs. You want to make sure your covers speak to the genre and get that reader attention. If you want to see some advice on covers, I did a video on the fundamentals of a great book cover. And so I'll link that above if you want to check that out. You want to make sure your pricing is correct. You want to find a sweet spot that works for you. For me, I find for an ebook between $3.99 and $4.99 works the best because not only do I get a better royalty off of those sales, but it also eliminates the people that might only pick up the book and not read it because it's free or 99 cents or something like that. So getting all these things figured out before you actually start marketing is the first really step that you should do. When I started out, I didn't do any of this. It was a huge, like such a big mistake, and I hope you learn from it. I had the wrong cover. My blurbs were just so. My pricing was all over the place, and so I really didn't know what I was doing, and it really negatively affected the sales of those books. Now that I know kind of what to do, what works for me, what works for my books, and for the genre, I have better launches. I have more successful, longer runs of series. I have better read throughs, and so it really is important to get all that ready. As you're working through your books, your craft will improve. That doesn't mean that you have to drive yourself crazy and spend like 10, 15 years writing your first book until it's perfect, because chances are, even after those 10, 15 years, you're going to learn more and it's not going to be good enough again. And so you will improve as you go, but giving your book the best chance, if you've written the best book you possibly can right now, make sure to pair it with like a great cover, a great blurb, the right price, and all of that, because marketing that book will be a lot easier if it's already packaged nicely, right? A great way to work on marketing without spending too much money. I mean, this will virtually only cost you the price of like platform subscriptions monthly or yearly or whatever, is work on your newsletter list. Start right away, even if you're just beginning. Don't wait until you have a bunch of books out to build that newsletter list, and give stuff away to them for free. Have that freebie that you give out for people to join. Suck those people into your world. These are people who are giving their email to you in exchange to be let into your life. They want to spend some time with you, and so spend that time with them. I only send out a newsletter about twice a month. So it doesn't have to be every single week if you don't have the time or you're kind of weary about spending that time on email marketing. And don't treat it as marketing, really. Every single email you send out to them, like, it shouldn't just be when you have a new book released. And so, because you're conditioning people on your list to only read your emails when you're selling them something, and that's not really a community that you want. So interact with them, talk to them about your life, send them pictures of yourself, of your cat or something. Talk to them about, like, things about the books you're writing. Give them early access to things. Give them exclusives that is just for them, and make them feel appreciated for being on your list. Now, the newsletter list actually leads me into ARC marketing, so advanced reader copy marketing. Again, give things away for free. I had a reader this morning that joined my ARC team and emailed me and said that she would love to review all of the books in Shadowhurst. My initial thought wasn't, oh my God, I'm going to lose so many sales if she doesn't buy them and I give them away for free. It was not that at all. I said, of course, I'll send them to you this evening, because that's somebody who's going out of their way to read your books and leave you reviews, and then will probably tell people about it. So why not give them away for free, especially if it's an ebook, right? I understand maybe you might not want to send out paperbacks. Post office is expensive, but ebooks cost you nothing, and so why not just, make them rain, right? As much as you can. So then the other thing that I think is kind of important to note for marketing is there's a lot of social media marketing happening, and you might hear a lot of people say, all these platforms are great, try this, try that, but don't do that. Find a few that you know you can devote your time to. I'm only active on 3 platforms, and the third one I just started. It's TikTok. I'm going to do a video on my thoughts on it because I have a few. But in the meantime, those 3 platforms are the only ones I'm active on and the ones I spend time on. And so I schedule my content, I make content for those platforms, knowing it's the best content that I can make. Whereas if I was spread thin throughout a whole bunch of different social media platforms, I probably would not create anything of value. I wouldn't have great images. I wouldn't have great copy. I wouldn't have anything important to say, because how can you say an important thing 20 times over every day, right? Like, it just doesn't work that way. You also want to think about, when you're on these social platforms or your newsletter or your art team, is giveaways. Giveaways are a great way to not only get your book out there and give back to your reader community, but also raise awareness for your book, get new readers on board. Like, people love free things, right? So don't be afraid to give stuff away for free. Even if it is paperbacks. I try to run a paperback giveaway every quarter, if I can, if there's a new one. And I find it drums up a lot of response, and it gets new readers on board, and it gets the readers that have really excited and interacting with me a bit more. So make sure that you put a space in your marketing budget for giving books away for free, because you're going to be giving away a lot of them. And especially if you're running a giveaway through something like Goodreads or anything like that, you'll have to pay to run that giveaway. So if you are going to be doing that, make sure the budget allows for it. It could be worth it, but if you don't have that money, then just do your own. Hop on any social media platform you have and announce it there. Run it for a week, pick a winner, send them a paperback. Like, it's really a great way to support your readers the way that they support you. One thing that I've learned, and I've learned it much too late, was when I first started publishing, I was very shy. I was very nervous. I wasn't confident enough in my writing and in my books. And so I was too afraid to find other authors to interact with. I was too afraid to find my tribe. And that was a really huge mistake, because now that I'm part of these different author groups and I found my community and other people who do what I do, I've never felt more inclined to write more, to write better, to try new things, to find new things that work, and just in general have that kind of support system behind you of other people who are in the same spot as you are is invaluable. I mean, we bounce ideas off each other, we beta read for each other. It's a great place to be. And so don't be afraid to find other people and do what you do. Authors are really nice. And most of this happens online. So really, you're not meeting people in person, especially not now. So there's nothing really to be like afraid of. It might feel a little bit like first day of school, but sooner or later you'll find like a group that really resonates with you. And I highly, highly recommend that. And the same goes for finding your tribe for your reader community. that this is also something I did quite late, and I should have done it much earlier, because now people are leaving certain platforms, they're trying new ones. And so, with all of this that's out there and available for everybody to hang out at, it's becoming harder to keep people in one place and interacting and talking and forming that community. But you should still try to pick one spot. Maybe it's a Facebook group, maybe it's TikTok, maybe it's Instagram, what Twitter, I don't know what it is, but pick one spot and drive all your readers there. Put links to it there, do special things just on that platform and advertise it on the others to get people to come in, because you want that group of people, that group of readers to really stand behind you, behind your books. And it really, really helps drum up the excitement for your books, but it also gives you a place to bounce ideas off of, right? Like, my readers email me and give me ideas that they want to see in the books. They talk to me about different places in the books. For Shadowhurst, for example, like, it's like I have readers that will email me and tell me that's the new Sunnydale for them, and so we have inside jokes, and we I make little drawings and little photos to send them that are relevant to the book, so we can all enjoy it together. And it's really an amazing place to be. It really, that kind of pumps you up. It makes you want to write more, and just in general, a great way to get the word out there about your books. And then when it comes to marketing, I guess we should talk about like paid marketing as well, because right now everything we've been talking about has just been these like unpaid kind of ways to do it, even if they're small prices. So sorry, someone was calling me, so frustrating. Leave me alone. I'm filming. So for paid advertising, I mean, you have really two big guys that you can go through, and that's Amazon ads versus Facebook ads. One is not better than the other. They are both good in different ways. I find that if you're in Kindle Unlimited, then Amazon ads are probably where you want to be living. But if you're white, Facebook is more up your alley, mostly because with Facebook, you can advertise to all the different links and the different stores that your book is sold in. Whereas with Amazon, it's only on Amazon. And so if you have a Kindle Unlimited book, your readers are already on the platform they're going to be getting that book from. So you want to hit them from there and target them there. Now, for budgets, Facebook ads can get very expensive, because whatever your budget is daily, Facebook is greedy and they're going to spend it. So if you're just testing it out, be very careful of your budget, monitor it regularly, make sure you test your audience, your creative copy, everything first before you sink your funds into it, because you could end up losing a whole bunch of money without even knowing it. Whereas Amazon, you literally could hold like a gun to their head. I don't know, hopefully it doesn't get blurred out. And they would not spend your money. It is very difficult to get Amazon to spend your money for you. And so with Amazon, it works better to have a lot of ads. Like, we're talking like 40, 50, 60 ads. It could seem daunting, but if you take it like a week at a time, I only make about like 7 to 10 ads every single week. And then I play around with it, see what works, what doesn't, lower the budget on some, raise the budget on the other. And then I go from there, right? And so you want to really find out which platform works for you. I would not test them at the same time. Maybe if you're in KU, start with Amazon first. Then don't pause your ads, because that could put a glitch in the algorithm. But lower the budget on those, and then start testing Facebook ads and see which one works better for you, and then concentrate on that one. The final, and I think absolutely most important thing, and really simplest thing that I could say to you about marketing your books, is do not compare yourself to other authors. Do not compare yourself to other people, even if they're in the same genre as you. It's a headache that you don't want to be in the middle of, and it's not going to do you anything good. If you see somebody else sharing their successes, because that's what we do, really, it's on social media, we brag. And so it's nice to celebrate those successes, but not everybody really shares their failures. I mean, you're not going to go on your social channels and be like, hey guys, this book bombed, want to buy it? Like, it just seems ridiculous, right? And so we don't see the behind the scenes. We don't see that they might have a backlist of like 50, 60 books or 100 books or something. We don't know how long it took them to get to this point. And so the comparing thing, it just doesn't work. You're in your own lane, you're on your own path, and you should follow that path. And it doesn't matter what somebody else is doing. If you see somebody who's successful doing a certain marketing technique, you might be really tempted to go out and try it out. And I'm not saying don't, but you might be tempted to do it in not a way that is strategic. And so you really want to figure out what works for you. And once you have that figured out, you will know that if you see another author trying something and it's working for them, deep down in your gut, you'll know that that's great. I'm happy it works for them, but that would not work for my books. I know what works for my books, right? And so don't compare, don't look at other people. I mean, look at them and get ideas and get inspired, and that's great. But you're not them. We're all different. Our books are all different. Our budgets are all different. And the way that we are comfortable marketing our books is different. And so you want to find out what you're comfortable with. And once you figure that out, it's going to be so much easier for you to get the word out there just because you're going to be comfortable in your own skin. You won't feel like a fake. You won't feel like you're like pushing your book down people's throat, you know? It'll just be natural. And that's what everybody wants. The best advertising, the best marketing that you can do is to be natural and be yourself, because that is what people respond to. So those are some of my just general kind of ideas in this little chat of how to market your book in the upcoming year, how to get readers to read your book, and just generally how to get the word out there about what you're doing and build your platforms and build your readership and just build your community around your books. If you have any other ideas, if you have tried some things that you think I should check out or take a look at, or something you're proud of, then definitely comment below, or even comment with links to your books. I'd love to see what you guys are working on. I'm always adding to my TBR list, so definitely send me some new things to read. I'd love to hear from you. If you enjoy this kind of video, and if you don't mind my very epic outfit and hair today, then make sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification so that you don't miss any more of these. And with that, I wish you all the luck in marketing your brilliant book babies, and I hope you have a great weekend and stay magical. And I will talk to you guys next week. Bye.